Hello Sagittarius, and welcome to your Triple Cross reading for the month of March 2018. You can use this for your sun, moon, and rising signs, and some months you might identify more with your rising or moon sign instead of your sun sign. So if you know your signs, please do check those videos out for more clarity at this time. Also, keep in mind that these are general readings, so naturally there'll be some messages that resonate more than others, and that's normal because there's lots of Sagittarians out there in the YouTube community. All right, with all that said, let's begin your reading. So down the center, we have the King of Pentacles, the Queen of Wands, and the Seven of Wands. Crossing or supporting that, we have the Devil, and this is both a crossing and supportive card. Yes, the thing that I love the most about all of these cards down the center is that you have appeared in your reading. And whenever I see signs come up, either in the central position or in the ego specifically, but anywhere else in the reading as well, it always denotes more control over the things that are happening to you throughout the period I'm reading for, in your case, March. So there is a sense here of more control than you might realize over the energies that are at your disposal throughout this month. So that's great. So that means you're going to be able to tackle whatever comes your way this month. And you're feeling really fired up because if you note, the Queen of Wands here is looking at the Seven of Wands. So it's a incredibly magnified fire energy coming out of the cards. And even if you are a male Sagittarius, that's all right. In general reading specifically, I really don't read genders. So this is definitely applicable to you, and it's just an aspect of yourself. The Queen of Wands. And because the Queen is looking at the Seven here, this lets me know that this is not going to be the month for anyone to come across in a negative way or accusatory way or an adversary of some sort, because they're just not going to have a leg to stand in when it comes to getting into a heated discussion with you, because you will have the higher perspective throughout this period, especially when it comes to dealing with any situation of a creative ilk, or when it comes to your energy. You're going to be able to, because wands do deal with energy, you're going to be able to have an excess of this energy to be able to manifest the things that you value the most with the King here. And the Devil as an obstacle indicates that any type of person or situation, because it could also be a situation that is limiting in nature or that is negative to you in any way. And this could also denote addiction, and it doesn't need to be like addiction to hard drugs. It definitely can be, but it could be small things like being addicted to sugar. That's a thing. You could be addicted to having way too much coffee for your own good, or smoking, or being addicted to a person, because that can also happen. Whatever vice it is that you have, you will be able to fight and to eliminate it completely from your life if that is something that you wish to do. And so if you want to get rid of any vices, now's the time to do so. Now, if you are dealing with a Capricorn specifically, I say Capricorn first because we do have the King of Pentacles and the Devil, and the Devil card is a representation of Capricorn in the major arcana of the tarot. And the King of Pentacles can also denote an earth sign, like besides a Capricorn, a Taurus or Virgo, sun, moon, or rising. And the thing with this relationship is that both of you are really feisty. Both of you are really passionate people. And so in order to not exacerbate the situation in order to eliminate conflict between you, differing of ideas, for example, because we are dealing with wands. Just try to come to a middle ground, try to come back to center, try to make it, to neutralize the situation as much as you possibly can, because especially if this is a Capricorn, because yes, they're being a little bit stubborn in their energy, and earth signs, I love you earth signs, but it is an element of the earth element rather, that they can be very stubborn, and us fire signs can be as well. So yeah, a lot of stubborn energy with this person. So just try to come to the middle ground. Try to meet them in the middle. Try to meet them halfway as much as possible to mitigate the situation. Now, in your root area, we have the Sun, the Tower, and the Four of Swords. So once again, there's a lot of synergy with the cards. Anything that is limiting to you, especially when it comes to your stability, because we do see the 4 here, and 4s in numerology deal with anything that is stable. And because it is the 4 of Swords, it's talking about anything that is taking of your inner peace, of your mental, specifically mental, but can also be emotional stability. Now is the time to see this situation or people with clarity, with the beautiful radiance sun energy that you have here, so that you can release it and you can let it go, because that's what the Tower card is inviting you to do, to build anew, to let go of anything in your structure that doesn't feel stable, so that you can rebuild on solid ground, and you can trust the people that are around you, and you can once again trust in yourself. So don't see any changes that happen in your life, especially sudden changes, because that's what the Tower can bring. It's just things that we don't see, things that come out of the blue, because once you let go of these situations and you don't see it as a negative thing and you don't approach it with fear, the Sun here is indicating that once you let it go, you will find even more optimism, more happiness, and more inner peace, more of an inner shine, if you will. You will be shining brightly when it comes to letting go. So there's a sense of having to release in order to be radiant and in order to shine even more than you already do. All right, in your recent past, we have the Magician, the Page of Cups, and the Three of Cups. I love this energy. It's so supportive. It's so open of heart. So in your recent past, it indicates a time of either a lot of social gatherings, a lot of invitations for social gatherings as well, or just very pleasant moments with your close circle of friends. These are people that love you back, and that energetically give you a push, and with the Magician here, and they give you a lot of emotional support as well. And because of that emotional support, you're able to achieve more than you could on your own. So it's a wonderful supportive energy for you. And one of these friends could definitely be a water sign, like a Cancer, Pisces, or Scorpio, Sun, Moon, or Rising. If it's not those signs, it's just someone that is very giving in nature, very emotional, very intuitive as well. And they could be giving you a lot of help throughout this time, or they already have done so, because it is in your recent past, but some of you might still be in this energy. Yes, they could be helping you with a project. This person is kind of key for you to be able to achieve more, like I said, than you could on your own, because they're there for you. They're kind of like a rock for you, and they could just be pushing you in the sense of being like in your corner, like a cheerleader, like someone that's just giving you hope to keep going and keep pushing so that you can manifest manifest your dreams. So it's a very wonderful, supportive, open-hearted energy that we see here in your recent past. Now, crowning your reading, we have the King of Wands, the Eight of Pentacles, and the Eight of Wands. So 2 eights together, and I'm loving this once again because we do see the King of Wands energy, and we see the King and the Queen. So this definitely can denote a relationship. If you are coupled, your partner, whatever sign they are, it doesn't matter. They are a mirror to you. They mirror your soul back to you. So that's wonderful. You guys are the opposite of each other, but you're also the perfect complement of each other. The male and female energies, if you will. Now, if you are a single Sagittarius, this as a representation of yourself, this lets me know that you are very balanced when it comes to your yin and yang energy, that sense of light and shade, that sense of giving and receiving, with equilibrium with the eights. And things are going to move quickly. Just a heads up, if they haven't already, they are going to move quickly, or you're going to be feeling like time is going you by. You're not going to feel time at all. You're going to be putting in a lot of effort when it comes to your work. Or if you are not a non-working Sagittarius, if you are a mom, it's just putting in a lot of energy in the house, the home, and the kids. There's a lot of effort on your part to make sure that everything is pristine. This is a very hard-working energy. You're going to have a lot of eye on detail. And if that is not applicable to you, this is definitely a time where you're going to be feeling very detailed oriented when it comes to being of service to other people, and that's a wonderful thing. Now, in your future position, we see the Six of Cups, the King, and the Ten of Swords. So something the cards want to talk about is that Mercury is now in retrograde, and it will still be in retrograde at the beginning of April. So every single time that this happens, we can revisit the past, either with our thoughts, like a sense of feeling nostalgic for the past, longing for the past, or someone from the past may actually materialize and resurface. They might actually come back to you, or you might reach out to them. That is typical of Mercury retrogrades. So what we see here is specifically, if we're dealing with someone from the past, we have an air sign that has shown himself or herself. Like I said, I don't read gender in general readings. And this King of Swords is a representation of Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius, Sun, Moon, or Rising. And if it's not those signs, it's just someone that's very intellectual, very rational in nature. And it's someone that you loved. You really did love them. You really did have a soft spot for this person, and you may still have a soft spot for this person, but you know that their presence in your life brought about a lot of hardship, a lot of pain. In its most negative, it could be someone deceiving you, someone stabbing you in the back. But the thing here is to note that because you realize this, just tread lightly if you are reaching back to this person. There's a reason why this King is looking at this 10. 10s are completions. So there is a sense of having to release something with this specific person. Now, as a note for all Sagittariuses out there, you will definitely be having to watch your communication, verbal or written, because the King of Swords is an aspect of yourself looking at this 10, at this difficulty, Try to make sure that your communication has a lot of tact, a lot of love, and that's a way to mitigate the energy of the 10 of having misunderstandings, mishaps, and people misconstruing what it is that you say. Always clarify, always rectify, check in with other people to make sure that you are understood. Now, in your ego position, we see the 10 of Pentacles, the 7 of Cups, and the Justice card. So when it comes to making decisions with the 7, make sure that you take the most concrete, the most solid option that is in front of you, and also the most just, because we do have the Justice card, and that's what she likes. She likes things to have order and for things to be just and fair. So definitely aim for that. Now, because we do have the 7 right in the center, it's an energy that's letting me know that now is not the time to be stuck in the clouds. It's instead a time to be very connected to Earth and to manifest more stability in your life and anything that you hold of the most value. The most because it is a 10, and value because we're dealing with pentacles, and that could be, once again, time, money, belief in yourself, self-worth, and the trust that you have in other people, because trust is so key in life. It's so valuable. Now, in your environment, we have the 2 of Pentacles, the 9 of Swords, and the Ace of Wands. So here we go. These are the people around you that we talked about here in your root area. That, and if they're not people, they could be situations that have brought about preoccupation, a sense of worry, a sense of unease in you. And they're people that are very taxing on your energy. And they're not relationships, and I say relationships because I am dealing with a 2, and any 2 in the tarot for me talks about relationships, and these relationships are not as solid, like we said here with the Tower energy, as they could be. Solid because that's Pentacles. Pentacles are solid. They're stable. They're not as stable or as solid as you wish that they were, and as you know that you deserve to have in your life. But I don't worry about you because you have a great sense here of being able to manage the energies in an easier way, but also you have more control than you realize. So don't give your control away this month, because you definitely have more control than you might think. Now, in your hopes and fears area, we have the Chariot, the Empress, and the Temperance card. 3 major arcana cards that are all beautiful. Major arcanas always have the most weight, and when I see 3, oh my god, it has the most weight of anything. So these cards here are strong wishes, beautiful wishes at that, and you're hoping for more control when it comes with the Chariot, when it comes to all matters of abundance with the Empress. Why? Because the Empress is ruled by the planet Venus, the planet of abundance, of beauty, of love, of fashion, of all things. And the thing that you're hoping to achieve is to also be able to balance out 2 opposites. That's what she's doing here with the cups right in front of her that she's managing. 2 very important things, but they're opposite in nature, such as balancing out your yin and your yang, which was something that we talked about earlier. You definitely can do this. This is a hope. You got this. I don't worry about you. We've already talked about this, but I will reiterate it again. For example, it's pushing forward, like acting out, driving towards what it is that you want to achieve, and being a little bit more passive, more nurturing with yourself and the people that you love, like your dependents if you are a mom. So for example, being a mom, you might want to be able to balance two opposites, your career and your home life. That's just a small example, just so you can see how these cards can play out. Now, in your outcome for the month of March, we have, once again, 3 major arcanas. I'm loving this. We have the Lover's card, the Judgment card, and the World card. Oh my goodness, I love this. You are the first and only sign, I believe, that has 3 major arcanas as your outcome. And I could not have given you 3 better cards, honestly. I love this. Love, love, love this energy for you. There's a sense of new beginnings. I know there's before we talked about some things having to leave out of your life, but whenever that happens, what we love to see as readers is seeing the Judgment right after that, because it gives you a sense of rebirth, of renewal, of you can restart. You can take your life in any direction that you see fit. So it's important, it's massive, and it's very, very good for anything new that you want to attract in your life, any new beginnings. Because once you let all of these things go, these new beginnings are going to take you to a higher level, both in reality, but also spiritually, because as you can see, this person is being elevated by an angelical presence, by the universe, by your spirit guides, by your God, whoever it is that you believe in. It's a higher source than yours that is trying to push you to achieve more than you dreamed possible, and that's beautiful. Now, the one thing that I should mention is that the Lover's card is a representation of Gemini in the major arcana, and because we do have a King of Swords here, and we have a 10 right next to it, and the World card is the last major arcana card, and 10s are completions, and the World card talks as well about completions. These mirror each other. So I'm seeing a double message. Something that the cards want to talk about again is that if you are in this relationship with a Gemini specifically, but it could just be an air sign like a Libra or Aquarius, Sun, Moon, or Rising, that we saw here in your future position, you will be able to see with clarity, with a higher sense of clarity, a deeper sense of clarity, anything that regarding this person, especially if anything has been cyclical between you, you will be able to see it clearly, and you will be able to close up the chapter once and for all with the World card and the 10, because 10s are culminations and they need to go back to an ace. It doesn't get any more than this. It doesn't get any higher than the World card. So definitely a sense of new, beautiful beginnings, if only you let go of what doesn't serve you, of what isn't solid, of what isn't bringing you inner peace, of what is robbing you of your energy. It's time to let that go, Sagittarius. All right, that's the end of your reading. I hope that this has been of help to you and has brought about a guide so that you can better manifest with the energies that are at your disposal throughout this month. If you feel like it has been of help to you, please subscribe to my channel and give me a thumbs up, or share this video with someone else that might need to hear these messages. Also, if you would like to donate to my channel, I have recently opened up a new button for donations. Any denomination is welcome, and if you feel called to do so, I'd like to thank you in advance. Otherwise, if you'd like a private reading with me, you can visit tripletarot.com. I would love to read for you. I'm also inviting you to follow me on social media. I'm on Twitter and Facebook, and I will be posting some announcements and some future promotions down the road. I also have a video up on there with for Nadia Shah's platform for her YouTube channel. If you don't know Nadia Shah, you definitely should go visit her. She's a wonderful astrologer. In my book, she's the best astrologer out there. So if you want to check that out, you definitely can. And I'm hoping I can see you there on Twitter and Facebook. I am wishing you a beautiful month, Sagittarius. I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.